Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right. Crown Jewel has come. Crown Jewel is finished. We are done with the Saudi Arabia show. Thoughts? Pretty good pay-per-view. You know, pretty good show. For everything it's worth. Main event was actually really good. You should actually be looking at Twitter. Twitter is just like, oh my God, that was a great match. We'll get to that. But for now, we got 7 matches to talk about before we get there. So let's do what we gotta do. All right. So, the match to start off the night, and it kind of makes sense if you think about it, was the Beast, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. The almighty Bobby Lashley. Round two. So, as everybody knows, they did have that match at the Royal Rumble. Their very first match at the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley did win. But again, it was more of that match had nothing to do with Bobby Lashley. He was just there. That match pretty much escalated the story of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. So now, with nothing between them, no title in the middle, no Roman Reigns, no Paul Heyman, no nothing. It's just strictly Brock versus Bobby. Now, I didn't know if this match would have been better than the Royal Rumble match, because the Royal Rumble match it wasn't terrible. It was just, it could have been better. This match probably went almost exactly as you thought it would, in a sense. Let's get into it. So, Bobby Lashley comes out. Boom. Brock Lesnar comes out to a crazy ovation. They love Brock Lesnar out there in Saudi Arabia, apparently. He is loved out there. So Brock Lesnar comes out, does his thing. Doesn't get into the ring yet. He does his little walk. He's about to do his little walk around the ring. Make Bobby wait until he gets into the ring. Now Brock was near the commentary tables. And before Brock even knew it, Bobby Lashley came from behind and attacked him from behind, pushed him into the steel steps, Brock hurting his knee. That would be a thing for the rest of the match. Then from there, Bobby Lashley hit a spear. And then they rolled back in just to get the match officially started. Bell rung, and then right after the bell rung, boom, Lashley hits another spear. At this point, Bobby Lashley had infinite finishers at this point in time, because he was just hitting nothing but spears. He hit one spear on the outside, and he hits one in the ring. Then Brock rolls out after the other spear. Lashley follows him, goes all the way around, hits a spear through the barricade. And then back in the ring again, Lashley hits another spear. So that's 4 spears pretty much in different variations. 2 in the ring, 1 on the outside, 1 to the barricade. Lashley finally pins after the 4th spear, and Brock Lesnar kicks out. So Lashley's about, all right, so I think I should end this with the Hurt Lock. So as he's thinking about doing that, Lesnar catches him. Lashley catches him. 1 German suplex. 2 German suplex. 3 German suplex. You know, Lesnar roars, yeah, you know. Picks him up with pretty much almost 1 leg, essentially. Boom, F5. Lesnar covers. Kick out. Okay, all right. So, Brock Lesnar. Okay, so I'm going to put this way. All right, so Now Brock Lesnar is about to go for another F5. Lashley pretty much slides out, goes to the back of Lesnar. He's got the hurt lock. He didn't have it on yet, but now he's got it. He's got the hurt lock locked in. Brock's trying to fight out. He's yelling, I'm not tapping out. I'm not giving up. But Lashley still got it locked in really good, which forces Lesnar to take a knee. When they take a knee, the ref starts checking his hand. And then he does the whole, does that. On the third one, Lesnar catches his hand. He's still on a knee. And he's still saying, I'm not going to give up. So then he runs to the corner, runs to the turnbuckle, pushes off. Lashley still got locked in. But at that time, I thought Lashley was about to put his legs around him and then, have the hurt lock with his legs around. I thought, okay, well, Lesnar's done there. Like, all right. Instead, Lesnar pushes off. Again, Lashley still got locked in, but his shoulders are down. So Lesnar got Lashley's shoulders down while Lashley has the hurt lock on. 1, 2, 3. And it's over. Brock Lesnar wins. I was like, I don't know about that finish. That was a weird finish. That finish I didn't see coming. Then after that, once Lashley knew what happened, puts on the hurt lock again on Brock and just holds it for a period of time, doesn't let go. Now Lashley looks like the heel, because technically in this sense, Lashley pretty much was the heel because the fans hated him. They hated Lashley out there in Saudi, but I guess it was because they loved Brock Lesnar more. But Lashley had the hurt lock locked in. He was angry, frustrated. I don't blame him. He didn't want to lose like that. He left, and Brock was just there holding his breath, trying to get his thoughts together. And this was deemed as Brock survived Bobby. So now it definitely is 1-1. And based on that finish, there is going to be a third match coming. When? We don't know. Is it going to be saved for Mania? We'll make it happen. I'm cool with that. Let's make it happen. Brock, Bobby 3 at Mania. All right, cool. But for some reason, there was news out there like trying to figure out Brock's next opponent. So I don't know what they got planned for this. I don't know if they're gonna have a third match, maybe at the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber before Mania. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. But for now, Brock wins. Controversial ending, but had to find a way to make it seem like we're about to have a third match. So yeah, that's all I got. All right, next match. Let's get it.